Who wants to go first? Lee?
I mean, yeah, I'll go first because there's a little kind of to be honest, it's not just Deji. There's a few of you on this panel that is actually you're going to get it as well. But we'll get into it because last week obviously I was mentioned. I was away. And I got a few notes on my phone because I had Wi-Fi on the plane, so I had some viewing time. I had a lot of viewing time, so I got to watch a few streams. I got to see a few things, and there was a lot said. And last week, Deji, you mentioned me and you said, wherever I am, make sure you come back quick because this cooking is gonna last all week. Well, I'm here now, so let's have a conversation. Deji. Last week, you said Arsenal haven't played good this season. And the only game we were good in was against Plymouth Argyle. Well, numbnuts. We haven't played Plymouth Argyle, so I don't know what you're talking about there. But I also want to ask you, Deji.
That's because you've not been about, bro.
No, that's fine. I want to ask you, Deji. Have you played? Were you impressed yesterday? Were you impressed against PSG? These are rhetorical questions because we don't want to hear your BS because you chat it every single week. You also said any team that lets Leicester score 2 goals at home means they have a suspect backline. So I'm going to ask you, Deji, what does it mean about your team that you conceded a goal against a team that have 3 less points than Leicester, and you also drew against them? What does that say about your team?
He's taking so many strays today on this.
No, but it's not about. I'm just talking in general. You then referenced a game against Southampton where we didn't play well, and you mentioned me saying it's the tactic of Arsenal because we like to sit back and control games. But in that game, we had 29 shots, we had 59% possession, and we had 4 big chances. Does that sound like a team that shouldn't have won? But I'm going to go one up on that because on Saturday, Man City played Southampton. Do you want to guess how many shots they had? They had 22. Do you want to guess the possession? They had 57. So that means they had less shots than Arsenal in that game. And they only won 1-0. We won 3-1. But that's not going to suit your agenda, is it? And, the most laughable thing was you spoke about, set pieces. Well, I mean, I wasn't here, but can you remind me what happened with Man City last week? How did they score their last goal? Okay, yeah, that doesn't suit your agenda, right? So, we move on because there was a lot by you. There was a lot. And you spoke about the most laughable thing was you said that Spurs, you would rather be a Spurs fan. You said you would rather be a Spurs fan and play well and not get the result because the results will come. Well, how's that? How's that going for you? Do you know how fucking stupid you sound? And just to add on, the rest of you sat there and allowed him on this show to say that absolute BS. How can you, as a panelist, allow him to say it's okay to be a Spurs fan because they're playing well, not getting results, but the results will come? Well, how's that going? Because you're not playing well, you don't get results. You are playing well, and you don't get results. So what is it? You then. There's more. There's a lot of crap you spouted last week. What you failed to acknowledge, Deji,
you could have sent me this transcript before the show.
No. What you failed to acknowledge.
You showing off your solicitor skills, bro. You showing off your solicitor skills.
What it is. What it is, no, let me tell you. What it is, I'll tell you what it is. We're all sick of you spouting your utter shit every single week on this show and all your other shows with your little gimmick. And we are sick of it. Because what you failed to acknowledge is that, do you know what? It was the first loss in 2024 away from home for Arsenal. Now, this is another rhetorical question because I'm going to give you the answer. Do you know how many wins you've had in 2024 away from home? 3. You've had 3 wins away from home. Do you know how many wins you've had away from home against London clubs? You've had 1. And let's guess who that was. It was against Crystal Palace away from home last year in October. That's a whole year of playing teams away from home in London, and you haven't won. This is the current London manager of the year, and you're not even comfy in your own home. You've got 5 kids. Can you imagine telling your kids to come downstairs and give you the remote? They should walk away. Why should they listen to you? You're not even comfy in your own home. You can't even get respect from your own kids. You are a North London club, and you can't win a game away from home. Why should anybody should respect you? You also mentioned, can Arsenal win a game without Saka? That's what you said. Hold on. You said, but you know what? I'm not even going to do you dirty. Wait, hold on. I'm not even going to do you dirty and ask you to win games without your best players, because can you fucking win a game with your first team? You can't even beat little old Crystal Palace, who are currently struggling. They are a good team, but they're struggling. So I won't ask you to get rid of Romero. I won't ask you to get rid of Van der Ven. I won't ask you to get rid of Maddison through injuries. I would ask you to win a game away from home with your best team. Now, the last thing that you said, the most diabolical thing you said was, after next week, Arsenal will have taken 2 L's just like that, and by next week, you'll be 1 point behind Arsenal. It's now 5 points. Deji, we are sick of your shit. Deji, we are sick of your bullshit. Deji, you're sick of the constant barrage of your nonsense week in and week out, where you're going to flop. 1 week is, Ange's got 4 games, 3 games, and then he wins a few games, and then you're back in. You're doing a flip-flop like Ronaldinho. It needs to stop. Your gimmick is over. Your team, you compared your Arsenal, your Tottenham squad, saying it's equivalent. I've even got, hold on. Actually, I even forgot. Let me not. This is the last part. Let me not, because you lot as well on this panel allowed him to get away with this. This is him.
Arsenal's imperious defense, by the way. You know that they can be got. And I was laughed at. Remember, these brothers standingly laughed at me when I compared Arsenal's back four with Tottenham's back four. I said I wasn't sure. I said it's much of a muchness.
Much of a muchness.
And guess what? It was poo-pooed.
Sometimes you need to hear your own crap to realize the nonsense that you say, and we are sick of it.
Lee, can I just look? I'm giving you 5 minutes.
We don't need
5 minutes to chat. I need to have more time to prepare.
I'm just saying to you, your squad isn't of a certain level. Your players aren't of a certain level. You compare your squad to the likes of AC Milan, Man City, Arsenal, and every single season you get shown your team is inadequate. Stop with your crap. You're not comfy in North London. You're not comfy in London. You ain't even comfy in your own home. Please stop your nonsense and get with the program. There you go.
Am I allowed to respond?
Yeah, go on, Deji. It's only fair, man. Go on.
Look, at the end of the day, I look at Lee, and first of all, I see a brother who looks like he might have been about it when he was younger. And then you look at his movements and the way he goes about his business. And you know that this brother's moving very, very suspicious. What I don't like is cowards. Yeah? And what Lee's doing here is cowardly. So you've caught me at a bad moment. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to put my hand up. You caught me at a bad moment. Tottenham's performance against Crystal Palace was dusty. But when you got slapped up by Bournemouth, where were you? You were on a plane.
I was in a plane to New York.
You knew how to. You knew how to strategically make sure that you were unavailable for a whole week. But don't worry, you can't do it again, and you can't do it again. Now, everything I said about your club, I didn't start. So far, in the last 2 weeks, have you won? No, you haven't. Now, in terms of your defensive display, you got slapped up by Bournemouth. I said your defense is looking suspicious. Did I lie? Haven't you conceded more goals already this season? You've almost conceded already so far this season the amount of goals you conceded for the whole of last season, bro. Let's just be real. And you get me? So you got a draw. Your star boy came back against Liverpool and you got a draw and you want to shake your bum. Don't be stupid, bro. Right. The point is, Arsenal ain't looking as great, and you know it. I know it. You haven't been looking decent this season, but what you've managed to do is one better than my team, which is you've managed to get wins, but you ain't been playing well. Your performance against Plymouth was good, and your performance yesterday, I have to say, against Liverpool was decent. That's about it. The other things, you've just managed to get points. Now, for my club, up until, I would say, the West Ham, not even Brighton, I would say up until the West Ham game, we showed that we can play ball. What we needed to do was finish off our dinner and show that. And most people would agree with me that Tottenham and Liverpool probably played the most interesting and attacking football in the league thus far at the time. However, nothing could have prepared me or the Spurs fans for what they did against Crystal Palace. What they did against Crystal Palace is shameless. These brothers turned up without turning up, and they got slapped. We deserve to lose. It should have even been more. They allowed Eze to do his thing on the pitch. So you're right, and I'll give you plaudits today. But that doesn't mean that your team, I'm trying to help. That doesn't mean your team is going to go on and win the league. And at the end of it all, is after you've done all of this stuff, you're blowing all this hot air. What does it mean for you guys anyway? Are you going to actually win something? That's what we want to know.
Hold on, let me tell you that.
How does that affect your season, bro?
There's a twofold answer to that. This isn't a shock to me because when I predicted Arsenal to finish third at the season, all of you laughed. So why now all of a sudden are you expecting me to now come on in this hype train? Nobody from this part of the stream is telling me or going on about like how I said that Arsenal were going to win the league. So that's besides the point.
You did say Arsenal were going to win the league. Stop lying. Stop lying.
What the fuck are you talking about? I said Arsenal are going to finish third.
It doesn't matter. Well, the end of last season, you said, well, no, before the end of the season.
No. Stop talking nonsense. No. Let Deji cock out the mouth. Get his cock out mouth.
No, it's not about that. I'm about to. Listen, I have a right to cook Deji more than you because I was here.
Stop your nonsense.
I turn up with my team.
We're talking about it's a prediction. It's a prediction every single month, every single season. At the start of the season, we are asked where your club or where clubs are going to finish. I said we are going to finish third. So nobody on this panel can come at me. And when I said, hold on.
Doing a two-peat to finish third.
No, you're asking me a question.
I never asked you a question. I made a statement. I never asked you a question.
Yes, but your statement is actually factually incorrect with no validity.
It's not because on this show last season, before the end of the season,
got to do anything. We're talking about this season.
Doesn't matter. Oh, yes, that's what I'm saying. A whole few months, you went from doing a two-peat to finishing third.
What is your point?
Cook Deji by all means, but don't try and make yourself look better than you are, yeah? Because you had a lot of chest.
Nobody's nobody's asking me.
Deflated. It means jack shit to me.
Don't try and flip up around. Nobody's making myself. I'm saying very clearly that I'm not shocked because I already said that Arsenal, I think, are going to finish third. I already said that I believe Liverpool are going to win the league. So
you think that makes you smoke proof? Yeah, you think you can't get it?
No, it doesn't make me smoke proof. No, it doesn't make me smoke proof. No, it doesn't make me smoke proof. What it makes me is a little bit more balanced and a little bit more situated to a point where I can actually.
Now you're balanced.
Yeah, I can be a bit more balanced. And a bit more. Wait, hold on. Okay, no. Lawless, you are talking at both sides of your mouth. You asked me a prediction. If you ask your partner you propose and you ask her to marry you, bro, she can say yes there, but it can break down and then you don't get married. It happens. So last season, we were in an advantageous position. And when you asked me at that point, I said that I believe we're going to win the league. At the start of the season...
You didn't say you were just going to win the league last season. You said you're going to do 2 in a row. So you predicted this season.
Yes,
it's not about
at the end of last season, because I believe that we were going to go out and do the business.
When you saw your team of bottlers, you realized
Lawless. Don't try and twist things. I was asked a question at the end of last season saying, are we going to win the league? I said yes, because I thought we were going to go out and do the business before evidence was put in front of me. The same way how, with the evidence of the £140 million you spent, you said that you're going to break into the top 4 or whatever it was you said, right?
No, I never said that.
Okay, or 6, wherever it was that your prediction was. You obviously had evidence in front of you, so you made a prediction. My prediction from where we were at the end of the transfer window or at the start of the transfer window, before we bought Sterling, I said that we weren't going to win the league. So, of course, I can sit here and say that, obviously, I'm going to sit here and
why did you think you would win the league this season before the transfer window opens? So it's like April.
Ask him.
What's wrong with that?
It was like April. Hold up. You said you not only was going to win that league that season, you said you was going to win the league this season before the transfer window opened. Yeah. So
yes,
you can't sit there and say
because a nuanced logical person, as I said, has sat here and said that Arsenal are going to go out and buy players that are going to make Arsenal win the league. We didn't do that.
Really?
So now,
who can predict that? Who can predict that you're going to sign the players that are going to make?
I believe that you will.
Standards.
Because there you go. Because I believed from what I was told and from what I'd seen from the previous season where we spent 170.
Out then?
Wait, hold on. No. Stop your flip flopping, because this isn't your time.
I'm not flip flopping. No, because ultimately,
my last prediction, because you're going back to April. What's the point of doing a prediction at the start of the season when you're going back to a time when before that? I told you.
Why are you predicting for next season when last season didn't finish? That's the thing. That prediction was stupid. It was stupid to predict this season last season. It was stupid. You can't say we're going to do a
I raised the
two-peat
same concern
before you've seen the first. That was stupid.
Let me tell you straight up. No, it wasn't, because at that moment in time when we had 10 games left, when you asked me,
no, you just got hyped. You got carried away. That's what it was. It was based on nothing but hopes and dreams.
Hold on. I didn't get hyped because we were 2 points off from winning the league. So clearly there was a reason.
Did you not see your team bottle it the season before though?
Right.
And you're getting carried away. Did you get memory loss?
No. But hold on. So why did you hold on? Have you not seen your team? What have you got memory loss? Why did you predict your team to do that?
You were so confident.
No.
I don't begrudge you.
So the same
predicting your team last season in that moment.
So the same question can be leveled at you. Have you not seen your team over the last 10 years? Why would you ever predict your team to do anything good? Because you've been crap forever.